defense. Like Tyvis Powell was in the building today. He talked about Travis Hunter in terms of what position was he better at, offense or defense? And he went ahead and said, listen, you'll be surprised what Tyvis said in terms of, who he thinks and where Travis Hunter is better at. We'll go ahead and play that right now. But Tyvis seems to think Travis Hunter might be actually better on defense.
Browns. Is he already a starting corner for the Browns?
You saying over Martin Emerson?
I just said starting corner.
though.
Because I'm looking at it right now. If I'm looking at Newsom,
this is the thing. This what the only thing that worries me about Travis Hunter, whether it's wide receiver or corner, is he played in the Big 12.
Okay. In
the Big 12 conference, it's okay, but it ain't the Big 10 and it ain't the SEC. So my thing is, I know he's a great athlete. I know that. But will that translate to when you go up against other athletes that's really good as well? Because in the NFL, everybody's really good at talent. You wouldn't be in the NFL if you're not that talented.
Yeah.
Would this apply to Justin Jefferson if he's got to check a Jamar Chase?
Right.
Like, you can get away with some stuff in the Big 12. Like, you got to be technically sound in the NFL. One little false step, and that's all they need to be the big difference. So my biggest concern about him is, like that right there, for that example right there, that entire play, he didn't even look at his man. He looked at the quarterback the entire time. When he comes, when he's checking somebody, if you watch his clips, when they break, he immediately turns his head to look where the ball is at. That's, in the league, you are giving up like 3 steps. You are taught to take 2 steps or 3 hard steps before you look back for the ball. Those little things is the difference between making the play and not making the play. And that's some things that he's got to clean up. So that concerns me. I say all that to say he will grow out of it, but he's going to you talking about week 1 for the Cleveland Browns starting, I would start Martin Emerson.
So that was Tyvis talking about what is Travis Hunter in terms of, hey, if you were talking about him starting right now, is he a day 1 corner starter, or is he the guy that you put out there? Because here's the thing, and I was talking to Cecil Shorts, and we'll kind of go back to this a little bit later. If you are going to start Travis Hunter, and I said this on the show earlier today, if you are starting Travis Hunter and you're going to take Travis Hunter at number 2, by all intensive purposes, you're going to have to play that man. You don't take Travis Hunter at 2 and keep him on the sidelines. You don't keep Travis Hunter at 2 and tiptoe around whether or not he's going to play. Now, it's up to you to come up to what how do you get this man prepared? How do you get this dude ready to go? How do you get him ramped up to get reps, to get better at defense, reps to get better at receiver, reps to get better at special teams? But here's the thing. If we sitting here talking about Travis Hunter, what makes Travis Hunter special is the fact that he has the ability to be the best receiver and the best corner on the field. It's up to the Cleveland Browns. It's up to whoever drafts him to get him to that point where you see that progression. And you don't progress a dude by sitting him on the bench. Under no circumstances are we sitting Travis Hunter on the bench. And this is what we have to get to. The Cleveland Browns have been notorious for not making sure they're developing receivers. Like, you get a Jamari Thrash. If you're going to have Jamari Thrash and you're going to have Elijah Moore and you're going to have David Bell, why are you not giving the reps to those guys that have the upside? We want to see the Jamari Thrashes. We want to see you give those guys the opportunity to earn that position and to be a game changer or a playmaker. We don't want to see you drafting Travis Hunter, playing him at receiver for 40 snaps and playing him at corner for 3. No, you're going to have a specialized way of getting him reps at receiver, reps at cornerback. And you're going to have to be able to do that and move back and forth seamlessly throughout the week. Travis Hunter is going to have a different playbook. He's going to have a different practice schedule. Are you going to have him working with the defensive backs 3 times a week? Are you going to have him working? Because here's the way about receiver. You have to develop some chemistry. You're going to need to be able to understand the playbook and all the different routes and the different concepts and the different checks and formations that you're going to know. it's easier for him to play defense. The only thing I'm worried about with defense is what Tyvis is talking about. It's where do you find that man an opportunity to hone his skills and to work on his crafts? And you do that when you're talking about the one-on-one drills, when you're doing that with inside your position group, inside your individual group is where you get better. And I want him learning from Denzel Ward. I want him in there with Greg Newsome and those guys competing. I want him in there with Martin Emerson. I want him to be competitive and have to work for that. But at the same time, my only thing when I'm dealing with a guy like Travis Hunter are you going to give him an opportunity to be special? And if you're not going to use him as a special guy and do everything you can to put stuff around him, don't draft him. Don't draft him because I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. Oh, during the year, I'm going to be like this. Hey, listen, where's Travis Hunter at? If it's 3rd and 12, where's Travis Hunter at? I'm going to be telling you that right now. That's where I'm going to come out with it. Let's get to the chat thoughts. 52 people in here right now. Let's hit that live button. Stop playing around. Let's get to it. Y'all talking quarterback. They call it, look, right now. Let's get to this. Phil Bowman said, did you see Gruden with Will Howard? Yeah, I think Gruden liked Will Howard. I think he said he's high on Will Howard. Here's a conversation that you're gonna have a lot, Phil, as we go through the rest of the rest of the whole process is the fact that if you do have Travis Hunter and they're going to take him at 2, the next jousting position is going to be, what do the Browns do at 33? I believe I'm of the approach that the Cleveland Browns need to get ahead of the Pittsburgh Steelers at 21. The next thing you need to talk about is what do you do at pick 33? Most people are going to want to trade back up into the first round. There's going to be a highly contested couple of picks later in the first round because I think the Browns are going to want to get back into the first round and draft the quarterback. Teams like the New Orleans Saints are there ready to draft the quarterback. Teams like take a look at the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're going to want to draft a quarterback. Obviously, the Browns are there. They want a quarterback. There's going to be a couple of teams there available. The Las Vegas Raiders are a team. I think they have them taking a lot of mock drafts, have them taking Ashton Genty. But my thing is this. Even with the situation with Ashton Genty, who I think is a blue chip player in this draft, I think there are 3 blue chip players. Ashton Genty, Abdul Carter, and Travis Hunter. But I do think that Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders are worthy of top 5 picks if you're a quarterback needy team. Now, my thing is I need to be in position to get one of those blue chip players if you're not going to take a quarterback. So the situation is, yes, if they do pass on Shedeur Sanders and he gets past the Giants. Now, here's the thing. If the Giants are from what I'm hearing, a lot of people are saying that if the Browns pass on Shedeur Sanders at 2, the Giants were willing to take him at 3. That's what I've been hearing. But if they pass on him and take Abdul Carter, now here's the thing. The Giants have Kayvon Thibodeau at defensive end. They play Brian Burns a whole lot of money at defensive end. And you have Abdul Carter, another defensive end. Are you going to keep doing that? And I know people want to say, hey, well, when they won the Super Bowl, they had those defensive ends, Justin Tucks, O.C. Umenyiora, and you had Michael Strahan. Yes, I get that. But you are a team that still needs a quarterback. You're a team that wants to have a quarterback for a future. So I'll be yet to see if they pass on a guy like Shedeur Sanders. Now, if Shedeur Sanders gets past the Giants, he then gets past the Raiders, then you're in a conversation where now you're looking around like, he can slide a little bit. I believe there's going to be competition for the second quarterback if he slides that far, because I could see in a world where somebody takes Jackson Dart. I've talked about this since the beginning. I do think somebody's going to take Jackson Dart. I think Jackson Dart is a first-round pick, and then that stars Tyler Schluff. That's another guy that people are very high on. And you got a guy like Will Howard, people are very high on. Jalen Milroe, a lot of guys are high on. So you're going to start to see a lot of that as well. Let's see. Let's see. Brownie's taking Travis Hunter at 2. Scott says, fine with me. I'm cool with it too. Low key, would love it if they traded back and got Ashton Genty to pair with Chubb. I like where you're going with that. Think about it. If Genty, I think Genty goes a little bit higher. Like I said, people are telling me they're going to the Raiders, but I love Ashton Genty. I like him. I think he's worth a first-round pick. I think Amarian Hampton is worth a first-round pick. I would love to get back into that. And can you imagine dealing with a situation where you can get Ashton Genty, you can have Travis Hunter, a great offensive and defensive player, and you still have an opportunity to still get a quarterback that you can groom later on. There's a lot. This is why I'm excited about this draft, because for once, there's a lot of things that are going on, and there's a lot of different ways it can go. And a lot of it hinges on what the Cleveland Browns want to do. The draft really starts basically at 2, because whatever the Browns take, it could take a nice little, say spin of things, and it's going to have an effect on what everybody else is doing. So we want to get that. You guys come on in here, 86 people in here, hit that like button, talking Travis Hunter. I want to know from you, throwing it out to the fans. How excited are you about Travis Hunter? How excited are you? Is this the optimum pick for you guys? There's a lot of guys who are, wanted to have Abdul Carter. I think the main talking point is Abdul Carter versus Travis Hunter. If you're not going to take a quarterback, is this the draft pick that you all along wanted? Were you settled on it, or how are you at with Travis Hunter? Do you think they'll use him the right way?